hi, it's me, Trixie Mattel. Let's get ready to go DJ the Netflix LGBTQIA+ party. So I'm back, you know, I shaved all that. I always just go right into like brow covering, but I guess today we could let's take a moment for skincare, shall we? I know I'm gonna do body makeup later, so lately I've been doing lotion at the top of the makeup, so later I don't have so much dry skin. And then also, I do live for this Sunday Riley 5 stars under eye. It's Fierce Tina. It really is. Nice and smoothing, softening, hydrating, lightweight. And then I'm gonna go with First Base. If you guys don't know, this is hydrating, niacinamide, a smoothing agent. It smells beautiful. And even if you're not wearing makeup, you can basically use this as like a toner. It's so nice for my days off when my skin is like traumatized to put that on. Very soothing. And then for moisturizer today, I have this Naturium, a multi-peptide moisturizer. I'm gonna be honest, I've had this for a few years. And I don't know why, something about the packaging, I just never reach for it. So let's just do it today. Watch, full body rash. You guys always comment how violently I put on skincare, but last time I checked, this is my face, so. I also have my bestie balm here. The one I have here is Judy. It's the hot pink one. You see how it has a very soft pink tint to it. Feels like my lip is wearing a life jacket. Does that make sense? Like a life jacket. Cushiony, not wet, not slick, not lip oil. Beautiful. So I've been going through a lot. I came in here with a completely different idea. Sometimes in drag I do this where I have an idea of what I'm gonna wear and then I come in here and completely change my mind and Brandon just looks at me like, okay. My plan, which is like a plan, like a little fancier. I'm wearing this blue dress from Queen of the Universe, this like blue sequin dress. My default would be to take DT Realness and do like a big blue hooker eye. But I think today, what I'm gonna do is something a little more balanced. I think I'm gonna do a neutral eye with a light blue frosty glitter lid. I've been very into less eyeshadow, believe it or not. Like the lights being a little darker and the darks being a little lighter. I've been into a little more of a less graphic contrast like eye look. We have some foundation today. You know, I normally love my Makeup Forever matte velvet. I've been back on my Superstay. I've been back on this Superstay lifestyle. I got my Trixie Cosmetics sponge here. Let's just go in. By the way, I'm not gonna bore you guys, but I'm just gonna give you guys my new list of medical ailments. One is, this is it. You guys are always like, your skin's perfect, you never get acne. You're right. And so when I do, it's really shocking. But don't worry, I took care of it. I did what anybody would do with acne. You know, you just remain calm, squeeze it off and on for about 12 hours, and then wonder why it's bright red and you made it worse. My other problem, and this is real. I have had TMJ for a long time. Like, I teeth grind at night, my jaw clicks. My default is a clenched jaw. It's horrible. And lately, it's been worse than ever. It hurts to talk. I wake up in the morning with my jaw so sore. So I can't right now eat solid foods. Last night I cooked a lasagna and overcooked the noodles, so I was basically eating pudding. And then this morning I ate very undercooked eggs with no toast. So even talking, you guys notice I'm sort of like not opening my mouth so much. Very fun. Very fun. The other thing is, you guys know me, you've seen me, you know I have horrible posture. I'm like, the giant wigs I have on that I wear for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, the weight is all back here. And I do compensate by like, you know, like holding the weight. Maybe I should switch to small wigs. If I switch to small wigs, would you guys still watch this channel? You don't have to answer that. You shouldn't even have to imagine that, to be honest. I'm gonna keep doing this foundation here. I'm using 310 and 120, and I'm just kind of blending them, and we'll be right back. I've been really into like building the highlight into the foundation more lately, so I have the Makeup by Mario concealers here. You know how I do my little gig. I've been trying to like pre-build highlight more and pre-build contour, because then I spend less time on the makeup. You guys, I've been getting faster and faster at makeup, and lately, I mean, I can finish my makeup in like 2 episodes of The Office, like 45, 50 minutes. And also, you guys, I've lost so much weight that now my makeup, I just look like a f***ing goon all the time anyway, because my face is so bony. Now I'm just like, well, it doesn't matter how long I take on this makeup, I'm gonna look like I have a brick face. So the little amount of makeup skill I had doesn't help me anymore. Now I'm gonna look like a man in drag no matter what, so it's my fault. I called other drag queens men in wigs for too long, and this is the universe coming out to bite me. Do you know how many times I've told Willem to her face she looks like Cameron Diaz by way of John Cena? This is my reward. Do you know how many times I've told Brooklyn Heights she looks like Jamie Kennedy dressed up as a holiday Barbie? I brought this on myself. I'm gonna start drawing on some eyeliner. Point made, one size. I've actually been going a little smaller on the liner because I've just been wanting to, you know, minimize. My face is smaller and bonier. My face, honestly, I just feel like can't handle this much makeup anymore. When I was a little chubbier, I could do more. I feel like I either need to become a way better makeup artist or like pivot my brand to like club kid makeup. I'm like, wow, I never knew how much of my makeup skill was improved by just me being a little chubbier. And no matter what makeup look I do, I'm like, here's my square jaw and my giant nose. Welcome. All right, I got this Nighttime Realness palette, and I got this Stay the Night liquid eyeshadow in Spoiled. It's like a soft blue. My plan and dream would be to do a neutral kind of brown, neutral toasted brown soft eye, and then do a floating light icy blue crease and then cut it with liquid so it's nice and crisp. The perfect palette for this would have been my Horse Girl palette, but I can't find mine. So today I am going to use, this is brand new, the Danessa Myricks Beauty Groundwork Defining Neutrals. It's brand new to me. I'm sure all you whores have used it. It's been sitting, I haven't used it. So let's try it. Doesn't that look so beautiful? All those neutrals, like gorgeous. As usual, we're using mostly Trixie brushes because they are the best. You guys, are these cream shadows? Velvet pomade? Are these powders or are they creams? Oh, okay, it's a pomade and then a shadow next to it. Weird, okay. I'm just gonna use the powders today. Maybe I'll use the pomade for brows. This is a nice palette though. That is beautiful. Did you see that? Isn't that pretty? It minimizes texture. Look how nice that looks. That is really something. This is the color Mirage. Mirage, good drag name. All right, I'm gonna go a little deeper than that. I could just use a little bit of depth. So there's a color here called Harvest. I'm using these two right here. I just wanna look pretty tonight. There's probably gonna be a lot of celebrities there. You know, I'm lucky enough to get invited to a lot of beautiful holiday parties. I always just wanna try to look half decent, but I never wanna go anywhere in drag because it's so weird to be at like a celebrity's house in drag for Christmas. So then I have to go places out of drag and I never know what the I'm gonna wear. Kiernan Shipka invited me to her Christmas party. She always invites me. Thank you, Kiernan. I always show up, steal a bunch of food, drink free drinks, talk to the oldest people there I can find. Because I'm usually the old person at the party. Oh, I went to Zoe Deschanel and Jonathan Scott's Christmas party, which was beautiful. Their house was so decked out for Christmas. It was amazing. It was amazing. Listen, an HGTV star's Christmas party, you better bring it. And if they didn't bring it, I was gonna say something. I have no issue just going to a party and walking up to them and saying, when does the real food get here? No issue. And luckily the food was so good. Well, I did take an edible and then we showed up at the party and I said to David Silver, you're gonna have to take the lead at this party because I'm, like Dula Peep says, I'm levitating. Walked in, I found a cheese table, ate about one of every piece of cheese. Then people started caroling, which was lovely. I had to go to the other party, so I did have to ding dong ditch a little bit. But there was some, I know you guys don't like name dropping, but you also like celebrity stories, so I'm just gonna tell you there was some it was the Laura Derns and the Reese Witherspoons, and it was the real A-list. I was having a discussion with one Cindy Crawford, and we were talking about some kind of 90s film, and she hadn't seen it. And he goes, you haven't seen that? I forget what it was. I was like, you haven't seen that? And she goes, no. She's like, I kind of missed the 90s. You know, she's like, I was busy. And I said, doing what? And she laughed. Thank God, because I thought that was pretty funny. Sometimes I just get possessed where I have to just try it with people and hope they laugh. Luckily, she laughed. It was just funny to me that like Cindy Crawford was like, oh, I wasn't watching TV in the 90s. I was being Cindy Crawford. And I was like, oh yeah, this is so pretty. The quality of these shadows, you guys, look how nice that looks. I'm gonna take my bigger shadow brush. It's a big fat shadow brush, and this is what I'm gonna use just on the edges. I've seen the professional makeup artists use this term, burn the edges. And I'm trying to become more professional, so I'm gonna burn the edges, honey. By the way, if you have been watching me all year, I'm just gonna give away a little too much. There's been products I've been using right in front of your salad that have been using all year, that come out this year, that are so and so amazing. We have something dropping that I believe is the best of its kind on the market. The best. I'm gonna let you decide what you think it is. Think of a product and think of what I might be the absolute fucking authority on, and I'll let you imagine. Yeah, I'm always, when I meet celebrities, I'm always like trying to make them laugh, but my sense of humor sometimes is a little over the line. It's those moments where I can feel David turn to me and go. Usually at any of those events, I will find somebody who is gay or a hag, and I'll just like stand in the corner and talk to them. Like a few years ago at Kiernan's Christmas party, it was just me and Lucy Davis and a bottle of wine and a dream. And that was all I needed for Christmas. We just screamed and laughed and cackled. It's like that part in Devil Wears Prada where Anne Hathaway's telling her in her ear who people are. That's David and I in public. I'll be like, God, that was chatty. Who was that? David's like, that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I was like, oh yes, facial blindness. Sometimes I meet these people in drag too, and then when I'm out of drag, I start talking to them and they glaze over and I go, this doesn't remember me. And then I go, she has no idea why I'm out of drag. I came up to Crystal Kung Minkoff. She was talking to Vanderpump and I said, thanks for having me over a couple weeks ago. And she was like, I was like, oh, I'm Trixie. I was in drag in your house. And she's like, oh. She's probably like, what the f is this bald creep doing in my house? The answer is trying things on. I'm hosting holidays this year. I'm hosting family Christmas at my house. I hope everyone likes soft food because I can't chew anything. Do you think David and I are at the point in my relationship where he can chew food and spit it into my mouth? I mean, he's spit in my mouth before, but it's usually not for nutritional value. Let's do some brows. Now, I'm very impressed by this groundwork palette. So even though I'm normally a pencil gal, you guys know I love my Urban Decay brow blade. Let's draw them on with shadows today, why not? Because this groundwork palette is really giving. You really brought it. I like to wet brushes with my mouth. Okay, this is who I am. Let's see what Danessa Murick says this is. Velvet pomade hybrid formula fills, shapes, and defines all areas of the face. Lift, line, shape, sculpt, fill, and set eyes and face with a brush or finger. Gives no information. It says you can do whatever you want with whatever you want. So let's just see what happens. I'm scared of new things. I'm scared of new things. Sure. Okay, I'm completely eating my hat. That is so pretty. I'm gonna sculpt around it quick so we can see what it looks like, and then I'll do the other one off camera, but let's look. I'm gonna take that Mario concealer. These are really pretty, by the way. Pretty full coverage, but it really buffs out. I quite enjoy it. You guys, holy shit. That looks so nice. Wow, love the pomades. Okay, I'm gonna do this to the other side and we're gonna come right back. So it looks pretty good. The brows, as usual, do not look anything like one another, but it is what it is. I'm kind of wearing this wig that has like bangs, so we'll just hope for bangs. Now, in the interest of getting ready quickly, one of my favorite ways to get contoured quickly is to use our bronzing sticks. I have two here. I have Sundays and Sunset Tina, and this is the vibe. I have truly just been drawing a circle on my forehead. Ah, look how pretty this is. Boom, boom. No, this formula is super beautiful, blendable. I wear the lightest shade out of drag and it always looks so nice. But in drag, I go a little bit deeper and I really throw it on. But if you guys look at this came out with the summer Camp Trixie collection. In that campaign image, I have no contour powder on. All I'm wearing for contour is these. And it's one of the best photographs my skin has ever looked. Like I was on set, we were zooming in and I was like, that literally looks airbrushed. What else happened this week? I DJ'd the Fat Slut party the other day for Meatball, so fun. I love that party and I love everyone. Obviously I love fat sluts in general. I don't understand, there's a part in the show where they do sexy eating, where people go up there and eat food sexy. So Meatball will make like a Jello mold with like hot dogs in it and shit. And they play sexy music and the person goes on stage and like rubs it all over their body. And it is fun, but then like later you see that person in the bathroom trying to like wash Jello and hot dogs off their and you're like, damn, this party's wild. Cause like in the moment you're drunk, you're like, I'll do it. Like one of the Jello molds was green Jello with pickles in it. So then you're like, you have this briny, salty smell and you're like, should I bottom tonight? And it's like, girl, you smell like Mr. Peanut on acid. Like, I think you should just go home. That's a pretty good start. And then for a little extra depth, this is Sundays. And you guys, this is just a little, cause this one can get really deep on me. And because these aren't like an emollient, like super sticky, goopy feel, they almost dry down to a gel. I love them for gigs like this, like corporate gigs where I might be DJing and not look in the mirror much and anything to like minimize that oil look. All right, it's time to start cleaning up the contour. You guys know I love this Makeup Forever palette. It makes getting ready so easy. I'm kind of addicted to it. And then I just kind of pick lights and darks as I go here. Just gonna paint on my highlight here. We're just ripping through it. Do like that, super scribble. I really use this sponge like it has different sides to it. Like this side you can see I use for contour because I don't really like to mix the paints too much when I'm doing this. God forbid we blend. Now for the nose, you guys know I'm pretty much doing crimes against nature here, so. You ever heard of a brown noser? That's me. And these have a super like gel blendable formula, but when they set almost powdered. So I love using them on my nose because I know that if I start sweating and drag DJing and stuff, this product is both moisturizing and has some oil controlling, shine controlling qualities to it. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills banana powder. The other day we had a cosmetics team meeting and we were talking about setting powders and everybody at the table loved either Anastasia, this one, or they love the Patrick one size one, those are my two favorites. So maybe everyone at the table was just yes manning me, but I really doubt it. We all basically were talking about the same two setting powders and this Anastasia one is so good. Let's see, it's the end of the year. I'm DJing in Miami for this little New Year's kind of festival. And then I'm gonna go over to Milwaukee and do an event at This Is It, my bar in Milwaukee, and just hang out with my family. Last year I did New Year's Eve in Milwaukee and I had a really good time. That was the day I quit drinking, was New Year's Eve. So I think I'll probably make a big deal out of it. I'll be like, I have 1 year today. Even though people are like, girl, you were never an alcoholic, you were just chubby and loud. Speaking of Trixie Cosmetics little sponges, these are really nice. This one's been through the wash like 5 times and it's still nice and squishy. These Makeup Forever powders, they switched from matte velvet to HD. And at first I was like, Makeup Forever, changing all my products. These are beautiful. This is actually better than the matte velvet powder. Gorge. Oh yeah, and don't forget, something to look forward to next year, Trixie Mattel. You know, the show is completely shot now. We're just in final edits. It's a really, really cute season. You guys are gonna love it. Great guests, beautiful renovation. I just can't wait for the show to come out because I haven't been able to take pictures of myself in my own house. I haven't been able to even take a picture of my Christmas tree and post it because you'll see the walls in the room, you'll see the furniture. So I'm really excited for y'all to see my house. I always felt like showing people the inside of my home was like the final frontier that I would never do. And I still some days wake up in a sweat being like, people are gonna know. I have my Flower Power bronzer here in Peace Out Poppy. I wear Darling Daisy out of drag. I mean, I'm pretty fair, you know? I really enjoy this for building up color in like the depths of my forehead. Like what I've been doing is kind of setting a base level like that. And then I'll take one of these light caramely shades of face powder. And that's what I'll use to just like diffuse it. See that? So pretty. Now I realize this is a really dark forehead. I go really dark out here, but the wig goes like here. So, you know, it all gets wiped off anyway. This nose looks good too. I'm really snapping on this makeup today. Really nice final words before I f it all up. I have to do my white liner before I can finish my lid. So I'm gonna do my white liner off camera and we'll be right back. So I finished the white liner. Isn't it beautiful? Look how opaque it is. Look how even, look how white. I wonder who makes it. Anyway, it's time to do the upper lid. It's still a little tacky, and I know I wanna do this frosty blue. My dream is that this is a nice, clean, neutral, sculpted eye, and then when I turn my head in drag and someone's looking at me, it's this icicle like, whoosh. That's my hope. I'm gonna attempt that using a nice, dense packing brush. This is a Trixie Cosmetics one. Super full and super small, so I can like, stamp. I also, you know, I do have some secrets that I don't share with you guys makeup wise. I was thinking of doing a video at the top of the year where I share with you guys makeup secrets I've never shared with anybody. Would you guys watch that? Weird little drag secrets that even if I don't do them, I know other people do them and it's really gaggy. Why am I asking? This video sounds amazing. I'll probably do this. Okay, I got my nighttime realness here, which is very exciting, the cousin of daytime realness. So I'm gonna do, okay, because my topper here, Spoiled, is very blue, I'm gonna actually use a silver. This is Televangelista. It's a super light, snowy color. I'm gonna press that into this beautiful full coverage white liner. Isn't that beautiful? The trick is not going too blue here. The dress is so blue. I don't want blue eyeshadow. I want it to look icy, like normal neutral eye look that got frozen in the snow a little bit. Beautiful. Now just to bluify it a little bit, I'm taking Soap Star right here. And this is, I'm just gonna add a little blueness to it. I didn't want to go directly in with this because I didn't want aqua lids. You see, that just looks a little frozen. I got Spoiled here, so pretty. In the spirit of reflecting on the year, when I like go on TikTok or Reels and I look for videos of people using our products, these Stay the Night liquid shadows get used all the time. And they really are so pretty. Now that is frosty, baby. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Nice icy blue situation. I'm gonna do some black gel liner here and I'm gonna be right back. Snapped. This looks exactly like I wanted it to look, which almost never happens on this channel, so let's celebrate that. This is the Sephora eyeliner, the liquid white. It's discontinued. I think I'm literally about to use it for the last time and throw it away. I'm really addicted to doing a white line on the end and whipping it up. I'm just very into that right now. All right, I did a little curling here. I still have my lash curler from the Sesame Street collection. I'll say this with lash curlers, sometimes it has to do with the shape of your eye. The Wet n Wild curler just really works for my eyes. So whenever Wet n Wild sends me a curler, I usually use it. We have the One Size Fantasize mascara. I haven't tried this yet. The brush is very compelling to me, big fat teeth. I'm typically not a vinyl nylon brush person with mascara, but I'll try anything. I'll try anything Patrick Star puts in front of me, that's for sure. Can I say something as somebody who's been going to a lot of parties? If you meet someone and you've met them before and they don't know that, or they forgot, or you're not sure, what you could say is, oh, I think we actually met before. What you don't do is, when I go, hi, I'm Trixie, they go, we've met. Well, I'll just go jump off a cliff then. Like that is such an intense thing to say and it completely makes it impossible to come back from. Because what you're basically doing is playing a game of chicken with me. I'm sorry, I was in drag, probably high or drunk and forgot. I'm sorry, okay? I can't even see. I got 12 pairs of lashes on. I hate when people do that. We've met. Well, we're meeting again, aren't we, Barbara? The in me always wants to be like, oh, you must not have left an impact, bye. Like, I don't know, it's such an intense thing to say to someone. I really like the way this makeup is turning out. I'm tempted to cut the crease a little bit. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen, and this is an espresso, which is a deep brown. You guys have seen me do this like a million times. Look at, see, like that side to that side. And whenever I do these shimmer looks, I end up spilling over and getting shimmer on the crease. And so this just helps me clean that up. I do want to fix these brows a little bit. I have my Urban Decay brow blade. I just come running back every time. It's my safe place. I'm gonna use the marker end to just clean the tails of this a little bit. Like just like that. Just a little more definition. I just wanna clean them up a little bit and then I'm just gonna powder over them because again, I'm trying not to have too dark of brows, but I don't wanna have no eyebrows. Me and drag with no eyebrows, we don't need to go there. We've had a hard enough year. This is my little palette of a lot of my essential colors. I have this white La Femme. It's one of my favorite white shadows, and I'm just gonna use this to press right into the brow bone right there. A little more lift. See that? From this side to this side, do so much more. It's like, whoosh. Love. Live, laugh, and love. Let's do blush. I don't wanna go too hard on the blush, so I grabbed my Just a Girl palette. This has some really beautiful neutrals in it. I'm gonna dig into her, and I'm gonna start applying right up into the cheek temple area. I love this blush for when I'm just trying not to wear blush looks, but I'm not gonna go with no blush. What the f do you think this is? If I walk into this party with no blush, Mr. Netflix himself will come down from heaven and kick me out. It's not 2016, we're not doing no blush. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Isn't that pretty? So that's Total Betty. I'm gonna take a little bit of Cult Classic and just do the pocket back here. It looks like a deep brown, but it really has a nice, like sheer, glassy cherry chocolate look. I love this blush. When you're fair, a lot of deeper blushes like this are scary in the pan, but if you use the right tools, it can be really pretty. Look at that. So it's time to do a lip. I sounded like Donald Trump when I said that. It's time to do a lip. I got Soar lip pencil here. I'm just keeping it simple, stupid. This is a nice deep neutral, so I can wear a neutral lip, but still have lips in the dark. These holiday parties usually in like the dark. So I've never really DJ'd a holiday party before. And so I was prepping for this. And of course I grabbed some of my favorite party starters like disco or like Earth, Wind and Fire, stuff that everybody likes and works for any environment. But then I was getting a little creative trying to look for songs that are not technically Christmas. I was like, what about Ice Ice Baby? I Want Candy. Like stuff that's maybe not a Christmas song, but I'm like, will it float in that vibe? Then David, I was like, what do you think? He was like, God is a DJ. And I was like, what? He's like, it's a Christmas holiday. I was like, and then he said, oh, Kim Petras, Jesus is a Rock Star. I was like, I think we have enough music. I mean, I love that song, but a Christmas party, Jesus is a rock star. Maybe I'll try it, we'll see what happens. So I pulled a brand new lip color. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a tiny makeup bag. What's the tiniest thing I have? I think this is from a Sigma gift set from 2 years ago. Cor de Rosa liquid lipstick. And I was like, this is pretty. Isn't that nice? One of my New Year's resolutions is to use new makeup. Like more than any other year, this was my year where I really got in my rut and I stayed very loyal to a handful of products. I also have the Rimmel Stay Matte liquid lip color in Vanilla Lovin'. I just thought with this blue dress, a little bit of a peach lip would look really pretty. Even right now, you guys, my jaw is starting to kill me from just talking. We gotta set this thing. Before I put my lashes on, I'm gonna set it. I have my all the way setting spray here because I'm DJing I get picked up at 5:30 and I don't finish DJing till 11. So I'm gonna be in drag somewhere away from my makeup for like 6 hours. Let's make sure this stays on, shall we? I'm also trying to use more setting spray. Do you guys remember when we had Patrick Starr on the channel and she basically waterboarded herself? That's pretty much the finished look. I'm gonna go put on the rest of my look, put on my lashes. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Can you believe it? I look incredible. Do you see what I mean? I'm hoping for this kind of like, this is a snowball, this is winter. I just hate red and green. And I've kind of done the white thing enough times for holiday and I just wore all this pink for Solid Big Disco. So I wanna switch it up. Now, I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna do this arm quick. So lately, I have the Scott Barnes Body Bling. You guys know Scott Barnes from that iconic makeover I received. This is the rose gold shade. This one I really, really like. And I'm also gonna I have MAC Studio Radiance here. It used to be called Face and Body, now they call it Studio Radiance. MAC will do this thing where they'll change the name of a product based on what's going on in trend, and they won't change the product at all, just to make it seem like it's new. This is like a 30-year-old product. So I'm gonna take a squirt of that, and I'm gonna do my whole arm. My arms are pretty tan right now, so I don't need a ton of coverage. So instead of body makeup, I'm just kind of doing shimmer. My other problem, you guys, is, and this is like a good problem, I guess, because I've trimmed down a little bit, nothing fits. I haven't lost a lot of weight, but it really has thrown off like my 10+ years of knowing my body in drag. Everything's a little different now. Now I carry a few different size bras, a few different size pads, because everything's a little off. Pretty, right? Beautiful, stunning. Do you see how it looks like I have like nylons on my arms? Horrible, right? I just cannot do that in drag, but let's just, hi, hiding my arm. In pictures tonight, I'm gonna be like, left shoulder. Don't talk about her. I look beautiful. I think the blue really worked. I sat down and Nick was like, oh yeah, now that you have the blue dress on, you can really see the blue on the lid. So pretty, right? So I guess I have no products to shout out in this look. I love these stay the night little lid color things, these toppers. So easy to use and pretty. So I'm gonna get ready to go to the gig. I will see you guys here in this year of 2024. I love y'all so much. Love doing YouTube. We're about to hit 2 million, which is pretty impressive. So if you're not here for the makeup, stick around for the gun show and we'll see you guys very soon. Goodbye.